9:25 on your Thursday morning. Welcome back to Good Day Kentucky. We're live here at Life Brewpub in Lexington. We've got the owner, Nathan Harrison, with us. We talked a little bit about your brewing history. It's your passion, and this is the reward that people like me get to reap. So we've laid out a flight here of some of your beers that kind of your masterpieces, if you will. Kind of walk us through what we have going on here.
All right. The lightest beer on the table is our Lex Light. It's the American Light Lager, so something that most people are familiar with drinking. The next beer is our Strawberry Harvest, so that was brewed with 150 pounds of strawberries.
150 pounds goes into that, and obviously a little sweeter of a beer.
A little bit. It still ferments out. The fruit juice is fermentable by the yeast, so it doesn't stay super sweet, but you get the nice kind of fruity esters from the fruit.
Okay.
Then this is our IPA. It's at 8% ABV. It's the strongest beer that we have on right now, so it's super hoppy. The bitterness is certainly there, but it's not overwhelming. And then we move into the Sour Brown that was just kind of an experimental beer, fermented for about 2 months, and turned out to be pretty drinkable.
The brown was one of the first ones that I had when I stopped in here with my buddy Matt, and that was the one just very distinguished taste to the sour. It's kind of been my phase lately. And you were mentioning that this one is actually kind of a challenge because you really can't hide the flavor. You have to really hit everything kind of right on the head here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just think about it. If water ever tastes foul, there's nothing to cover that flavor up. But if you have a very flavorful, maybe like a chocolatey something or another, there's a lot of flavors that can go to play. So technically that's got to be pretty much perfect for that to turn out really well.
Well, it's very good. You did an excellent job. Now, when you're working with fruit juices, is there anything that is more challenging than some maybe just other spices?
Well, fruit juice is pretty easy to work with, but working with the whole fruit kind of gives another challenge because you have the actual solids to deal with. So we did work with the whole fruit on that, and you just kind of have to let gravity do its thing over time and let that fruit fall out and let the beer shine behind. So.
Kind of do its thing. Yeah, and it's I mean, it's not overwhelming by any means. And you said this is your most strongest beer, rather, but ABV. Where does that come into play? How do you kind of judge where you want to put it?
Well, there are style guidelines that kind of give us an idea of where certain people expect beers to be as far as alcohol content or bitterness content. That one's on the higher end for an IPA. It is 8%, so it is pretty alcoholic, but with the cooler season coming, some people like a little bit more robust beer.
Warms you up, that's for sure. Now let's talk about your operation you have going on behind us. That's where all the magic happens, kind of your workspace, if you will. And you're actually hitting a big milestone in the brewing business. You're starting to actually distribute your beers.
Yeah, in the next coming weeks, we're going to start distributing our beer. So Buckwheat Belgian Brown is one beer that we we opened with, so that'll be distributed. The American Light Lager is going to be pushed out, so it'll be on tap around town, different bars and different restaurants. Or
stop in and enjoy some of their pub food, which is fantastic. We're actually going to talk a lot more about the pub food coming up a little later in the broadcast, and now to the last one, my favorite, the sour. Just very, very good, Matt. You know that. So, Matt and Elise, I'm going to keep tinkering with these, and then we're also going to check out some of their food coming up a little later. But for now, live at Life Brewpub in Lexington, we're going to send it back to you guys.